Challenges filmmakers often face are creating your log line. So really, what is a log line and where did that name come from? I'm Carol Dean with From the Heart Productions, and this is our second in a film funding video for you out of 6 videos. So we want to cover the log line because it's very important to use when funding your film. So what is a log line? Well, it's a one-sentence description of your film, which is very important. And where did this come from? Well, a long time ago, writers had a full-time job. They got to go to Warner's and Columbia and sit and write all day. And when they finished their script, then they would create one sentence called the log line, and that would go on the spine of the script and into the script vault. Why? So that producers, when they were looking for a film to make, would look through the log lines and say, oh, this looks interesting. I'll read that script. And that's exactly what you want people to do. You want them to read your script and learn more about your film from the log line. So what is the log line? One sentence description, keep it short. I'm going to share 2 with you, and one is 14 words, one is 20 words. You want to keep it under 20 words. And there are 3 things. Who is it about? Who is this film about? What happens? And who benefits? Very simple. So let's start with my favorite. This is a 1990 film, and it's only 14 words, so that's why it's my favorite. A wealthy businessman falls in love with the hooker he hired for the weekend. My goodness, that's an interesting story. So why did he hire her for the whole weekend? You're thinking, okay, I want to see this film. So let's go back and start again and tear it apart. Who's the story about? You told me in 3 words, a wealthy businessman. What happens? He falls in love. With whom? A hooker. Doesn't make sense. So this is great because it's irony. And that's exactly what you want in your log line. Now, that film went on, Pretty Woman, to win a lot of awards. It's a great film. Now, you have to realize that when you write your log line, you have to memorize it. So the second one I chose is a great log line, but it's 20 words, so I have to read it to you. So 3 hungover bachelors sift through the wreckage of a Las Vegas bachelor party for clues to where they lost the groove.
Am I missing a tooth?
Oh. Whose baby is that?
And that is hangover. Okay. So the most important thing we have to know about The Who is the 3 bachelors. They're running the show. They're the beginning, the middle, and the end. So what happened? Well, they lost the groom. And so who benefits? The groom benefits because he's waiting for them to find him. So what's so important here is what Aristotle told us a long time ago, and he called it a unity of action. That is, that you can take what happens in your film and put it into a few words. And if you can't do that without saying, well, this and that and the other, then you don't have the unity of action. So go back and study what Aristotle said. Get your story tight, because this will help you make money. This will guide you. So the log line tells me the genre. That's a comedy, and the first is a love story. And it tells me with visuals. You can see the wealthy businessman. I see a handsome guy in a Gucci suit, and he's falling in love. Now, falling is an action verb, so I'm really attached to that. But the bachelors, they are sifting through the wreckage of the bachelor party. So that's action too. You want to give me action, get me involved, and leave me with this log line, so I'm wanting more. That's the old Hollywood adage, always leave them wanting more. So it's 3 things you have to tell me: the who, the what happens, and the who benefits in the log line. Keep it short. I say 20 words is maximum. Make it smaller than that. So how am I going to use this to find my film? Well, this is the elevator pitch everybody's telling you about, but seldom anymore are you in an elevator going 20 stories, but you go to the coffee shop and you go to the grocery store. So you've got your log line, and you're going through the grocery store, and somebody says, "Gee, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you?" And you say, "Oh, I've been really busy. I'm making a film." "Oh, you are?" And you say, "Yes." And you give them the log line. And they say, "Wow, that sounds interesting. Oh, I'd love to invite you to join the community around our film. So, do I have your current phone number? Let me check my phone." You whip out your phone, put them in your database in your phone. "I'll text you some information so you can join our community." "Okay, sure." The secret here is always be closing, all right? You can't pitch her in the grocery store. You want a sit-down meeting where things are quiet and peaceful and you're in control of the atmosphere, and you can engage this person. Because remember, to get money for your film as a donation or an investment, you have to create likability and trust. And you're not going to do that in this ambiance. So you set up the next meeting, and you may not close them in the next meeting, but you will always be closing, ABC, always move to the next meeting. That's Tom Malloy's motto, and he's made 25 films, so it's a good thing to remember. Your log line is the opening, and it's the hook to bring people into your film. And always ask people to join your community. And it's not an ask. We're so used to saying, ask for money. No, invite people to join your community. That's a whole different energy. So switch it to an invite. I'd love to invite you to be part of my film. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you'll look for video 3.